Hi guys, my name is Ilzy and this is the Tales of an African Princess in America podcast page. I get a ton of questions about my podcast. I just picked 5 top questions and I'm going to answer those questions, so let's go. The very first question is, why did you choose African Princess in America? Okay, so the reason why I chose that is because I moved to America for grad school, and one of the very first friends I made in America used to call me African Princess. I would tell her a lot of times, I'm not an African princess, but she never got it. She's like, oh, I'm sure you have a rich family in Nigeria and you're just trying to be humble and everything else. And I just got tired of correcting her and I just owned it. And so when it came time to start my podcast, I just thought about it and I'm like, I'll just go for it. I'll use African Princess in America. And it's kind of stuck. So I feel like I like the name, so I'm just gonna keep using it. The next question is, what is your favorite episode on your podcast? Okay, so it's a little bit hard for me to pick one episode because these episodes are made with lots of love, and so I absolutely love every single episode. But that being said, my favorite episode on the podcast would have to be the episode where I talked about my sister. That was my absolute favorite episode. A lot of emotions went into that episode, but when I was done with it, I was completely happy with the result. And so that for sure is my favorite episode. Number 3, do you make any money from your podcast? The answer is yes, but it took me a while to figure out how to. When I first started my podcast, I wasn't really about making money from it. I just wanted to have fun with it. I wanted to really enjoy the process, and so that's what I went for. After a few months, I kind of figured out how to make money from the podcast, and I started doing that. If you guys want, I can share a totally different episode on just how I make money from the podcast, and that's something that I would really love to share as well. Who would your ideal guest be for a podcast episode? My ideal guest, the person that I want for sure, is my mom. I really want her on the podcast. And the reason is just because we've had all these conversations off air that I feel like, oh my God, if I have recorded these conversations, wow. Number 5 but not the least. Number 5 is, would you quit your day job to do podcasting full time? Not right now. And the reason I say not right now is because I love what I do during the day. So during the day, I'm a scientist, but at night, I'm a podcaster. I love my day job because I feel like we're making such an impact and we're touching all these lives, and I really love that I get to do that. I think it's a privilege and I'm honored to do it. I would hate to choose between podcasting and, of course, being a scientist. Thank you guys for asking those questions. I definitely loved all the questions. Don't forget to subscribe, listen to episodes of the Tales of an African Princess in America podcast. And of course, if you love the podcast episodes, go ahead and review the podcast on Apple Podcasts, and I would really love to read your reviews. Thank you guys for watching and have an amazing day. Bye-bye.